Hello, I'm Jan Cosgrove. I'm the editor of the Bognor Regis Herald for My Sins. So what's new? I'm here to talk to you about what Arun District Council did last, which was a meeting a week ago on a whole range of issues, one of which was a motion on Bognor Regis regeneration. Good, you might say. And so it was. Well, sort of. The issue was that two Conservative councillors put forward a motion on regeneration for it to go ahead after all these years. And there was an outbreak of unusual accord between councillors on the previous item, which was a motion on climate change and what Arun would be doing about it. They all agreed it. So that's about 4 hours into the meeting. After 6¼ hours they finished, and this is what happened. Quite frankly, it was the direst section of a meeting I've seen at Arun District Council in so many years you wouldn't want to believe it. It was awful, quite awful. The chairman had no idea of the procedure. The chief executive, who should have been able to tell her what was correct, didn't. And the problem is they had no legal and monitoring officer there who knew their business. Why not? Because the last one had quit after being overheard making disparaging remarks about councillors who didn't know their business, and she's gone off to other pastures. Oh dear. So what did this resolution actually want to achieve? Well, to get it going at last after all this time, and to put a time limit on asking new organisations to come forward with their ideas. Oh, I hear you say, didn't organisations come forward with their ideas 5 years ago? Yes, they did. There was a consultation by Arun. What happened? Sweet Fanny Adams. Arun decided to take nothing of it forward except not to do regeneration but to do redevelopment. Well, councillors didn't want that, but that's the least we can say as much. What they did want, the Conservatives, was to name the Richard Hotham project, Project Sunrise, which for the last 5 years Arun, quite improperly for sure, has been refusing to engage with. Why? That's another game, isn't it? Another matter. I'm hoping that will come out in a meeting sometime in the future. But at this stage, a number of councillors got up and said, you can't mention Richard Hotham, that's not fair. But what about all the others? Well, what about them? Richard Hotham came forward 5 years ago. It's made progress. It's got planning permission. It's got a £90 million. That's drawn from a £1 billion fund. It's got all the drawings, all the rest of it. What have the others done? Nothing. Nothing since that time. One of them walked away, and the others have just made no progress at all. So what have they been waiting for, you may ask, if they were really interested? One councillor Opera, deputy leader of the council, said that he had been bombarded with information by Hotham and others supporting them. That's the Herald, I have to say. Well, councillor, you deserve to be bombarded. Absolutely, you had not bothered to find out what they were sort of offering, and that's two administrations, Conservative and Liberal Democrat, have been failing to actually take the town forward in the way they could have done. As for the others, yes, let them all come forward. Richard Hotham is not mentioned in the resolution after all, but we know they're there now, don't we, councillors? By mid-November, we're supposed to have enough information in for the council to call a presentation of anyone who's interested. We'll see, but will anyone else come forward? I have my doubts. These people are serious contenders of Project Sunrise, and it would be unusual for another developer to come in at this late stage with their ideas in a situation where there's planning permission for that developer. What else has been happening? The arcade, owned now by Arun after bought it 4 years ago. They were supposed to do it up, both ground floor and upper levels, and to lease it out and to get secure tenancies, and then they were supposed to sell it, and they were made an offer of 3.2 million, and they spent 1.9 million. A million quid profit at a time when they're 5 million quid adrift. It would have been helpful. What have they done? They haven't done that anyway. They're holding on to it. I have a figure somewhere of how much they're getting per annum, but from the rents, but really, you know, there's no consistency in what they've done here. It's been a very bad do, I have to say. What else? Town Hall. Oh yes, what about the Town Hall? The Town Hall, we now find that Project Sunrise made an offer for negotiation 3 years ago to buy it up and to refurbish it at their own expense, a Grade 2 listed building. And then it would be leased back to Arun and to the Town Council. Maybe the library could move there, maybe the police would have an office there, CAB could work from there, and it's gone nowhere. Anyway, that's still on the stocks, I think. It would be very interesting to have effectively a civic hub, a civic row, especially were the health centre to move down to Belmont Street as well, all in one place. What more can you say? So that's that. London Road Lorry Park. Well, we don't know what's happened there. There was a meeting of the Cabinet last Monday, and this was discussed in private because it was a sensitive commercial business. As far as we can gather, there will be flats there for students. I don't know where anything on the ground floor other than flats, but certainly adequate parking all round is retained, and there will be new public toilets. Anything else? We don't know. It's a very interesting site, and we could see some major changes in the town, particularly if the regeneration does start on those two Arun-owned sites at Hothamerton and the Regis Centre. We could actually start to see some movement. So is there anything else the Herald's up to at the minute? You bet. I just had results from a Freedom of Information request to the County Council about our youth services. Do we have any? Not in Bognor, we don't. Not recreational facilities for the betterment of their characters, etc. No. And that's a breach of the law by our County Council. They're supposed to provide a sufficiency of services for every child and young person under the age of 18 out of school, and it's not happening. There's a law to that effect, the Education Act 1996, and they've blithely ignored it through austerity and even before. Don't blame austerity only. We've lost the 39 Club, number 18 project, Westloats Youth Club, Pagamon Rose Green Youth Club, North Bursted Youth Club, all of those went. What's left? Well, the Phoenix Centre was built with £1 million of public money on the basis that it would be open to all our young people. My Freedom of Information, and the second one is saying, how many of those slots are being used by our young people in youth sessions? Well, I happen to know that an organisation has got 2 slots at the Phoenix, but it's not the county, and the county is not supporting it. It's a travesty. Young people need, especially now, safe places to be where they can follow their activities, or the legal ones at least, and where they can make friends and socialise. This is a very terrible time for them, and you know, apart from mental health and all the rest of it, it's simply what a decent community should be doing, and County Council is not doing it. Councillor Opera and several others here, if you're going to pursue things, please pursue this, because there's a breach of the law going on and it should not be happening. Anyway, that is that. I'm now making sure the Herald is ready, geared up to follow up the regeneration debate, and obviously this youth service thing is another campaigning point. Talk to you again soon. Be safe, look after one another, shall we? And you know, if you need help, don't hesitate to ask for it to the people around you. And if you can give help to your neighbours, please do so. Goodbye.